welcome inside the News 13 studios for another installment of The Blitz. I'm Jevin McCoskey. There were plenty of places we could have gone for our Week 2 Game of the Week, but there's one that stands out above the rest and could very well have been the Game of the Week for the entire state of South Carolina as South Florence welcomed Northwestern to Bruin Stadium. A Week 2 matchup between two of the best teams in the Palmetto State. Buckle up, this one was the definition of fun. First quarter blink and you might miss it as Terry Gordon comes off the edge and gets to the quarterback in time for the sack. The Bruins defense holds and Northwestern is forced to settle for a field goal to go up 3-0 early in this one. Later in the quarter, South Florence with the ball. The Bruins drive down the field and quarterback Messiah Jackson takes it in for the touchdown to give the Bruins their first lead of the game, 7-3. Still in the first quarter, Xavier means business as the Northwestern quarterback scrambles and runs all the way to pay dirt for the touchdown to retake the lead and go up 10-7. But how would the Bruins respond? You really can't draw it up any better than this. How about quarterback Messiah Jackson firing over the middle and connecting with Jawan Perkins, and he is gone. Nobody catches him. He goes 80 yards to the house once again to give the Bruins the lead over Northwestern 14-10. Unfortunately, South Florence will go on to drop their first game of the year as Northwestern comes to Bruin Stadium and picks up a big road win 55-35. Going over to Myrtle Beach now as the Seahawks student section reps the News 13 Blitz shirts. First possession for the home team. Tanner Gaddy takes the snap, rolls to his left, tries to avoid the pressure, but can't, is sacked, and that ball is going to come out. Sumter recovers on the plus side of the field to set up their offense in enemy territory. What would the Gamecock offense do with prime field position? How about this? First play of the drive. Junior Franklin Richardson hands the ball off to sophomore running back Reggie Shannon, and look at the young man go all the way down to the 1-yard line. Gamecocks are now knocking on the door. Richardson is going to do it himself. Scores from 1 yard out. He knows exactly where the camera is and puts Sumter up 7-0. Seahawks with the ball again, trying to answer. Gaddy rolls to his right and finds junior Chris Spivey for a nice gain down the sideline to extend the drive. Later in the quarter, it's Gaddy dropping back again. He looks to the end zone and connects with J.J. Brown in the back corner for the score. What a grab. This one was a shootout, one that ended with Sumter coming out on top as Myrtle Beach drops their first game of the year. Final score, Gamecocks 63, Seahawks 27. Well, we are just getting started on the Blitz. Coming up on the other side of the break, we had the Hartsville as the Red Foxes battled the Bulldogs of Camden, plus Green Sea Floyd's, Mullins, Aner, and Socastee Week 2 action. Stick around. The highlights are coming up after this quick timeout.